Unquestionably one of the most popular brands of shoes worldwide, Air Jordans are also renowned for being among the most expensive models available. Today we're going to be looking at some of the most expensive Jordan sneakers ever sold. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and help us grow our channel. Even though they are somewhat expensive for a pair of sneakers, Air Jordans are nevertheless favored by both Michael Jordan admirers and those who are not. Most sneakerheads believe that because the company has established itself as an institution, no pair of feet should ever be without them. People would literally pay anything for a pair of Air Jordans, despite the fact that buying and selling such footwear might be fun. To obtain a pair, they will stand in line for hours on end. Popular brands like Adidas, Reebok, and Converse, to name a few, have unquestionably been supplanted by Jordans. This started in the 1990s and is still going on today. In fact, Air Jordan has evolved beyond its original role as a pair of sneakers. It has become into more of a fashion icon that almost everyone wants to own. Yes, they are more expensive than other brands. Some can cost hundreds of dollars, but more and more creative people are coming up with methods to get them. Similar to autos, outdated Air Jordans are sold for a tiny profit until the seller has enough money to purchase the most recent model or more pricey vintage ones. Nike first introduced the Air Jordan in 1985. The new range of sneakers had a tremendous impact on players who weren't basketball players as well, which the firm was unaware of at the time. Everyone at once yearned to soar through the skies and shoot that hoop like Michael Jordan did. The only way to come close to having a pair is to wear them. The sneakers honor MJ's reputation as a baseball player by embodying traits that speak to his beliefs, successes, and passion for the game. The guy deserves it, by golly. In addition to a statue of himself, his own 6 championships, even after he stopped competing in sports, Michael Jordan remained popular because his example served as motivation to many. This explains why the original pair of Air Jordans, which debuted in 1985, are still as well liked today. The product's distinctive features is that its users hail from a variety of backgrounds. Since almost anyone may possess a pair, it cuts across all social and economic strata. Aside from this, wearing out your Air Jordans and buying a new pair is not a common practice. They are cherished by many collectors who treat them with the same level of care as a classic car owned would. Even today, the craze surrounding Air Jordans is still going strong and has been going on for decades. In fact, the Air Jordan line is thought to have brought in roughly $110 million for MJ in 2017. Despite the fact that sales of the Air Jordan 31 were weak in the same year, this is still the case. The slow sales of Air Jordans were partially offset by the throwback Jordan market. Given these details, it is understandable why many people think that Air Jordans will continue to be popular for a while. Younger generations continue to join the Air Jordan frenzy, showing that it is still as popular as ever. Number 10. Air Jordan 5, $10,000. The Air Jordan 5, which debuted in 1990, is Michael Jordan's 5th pair of signature shoes. Tinker Hatfield created these pair. Originally, the heels of the sneakers were printed with Nike Air. However, latter iterations changed this to the Jumpman emblem, which was then remastered in 2014. Despite being near the bottom of our list of the priciest Air Jordan shoes, the footwear is by no means inexpensive. It has been sold for up to $10,000. Number 9. Air Jordan 17s, out of the box, $11,267. Around the time Jordan was a player for the Washington Wizards in 2002, this Air Jordan was first introduced. It was distinguished by the legendary basketball players come back to the NBA following a brief hiatus. The sneakers stand out thanks to their slick, tasteful style. Nearly half of each shoe was covered by a detachable gaiter or shroud. For those who could afford them, these shoes also came with a metal shoebox with the Jumpman logo stamped on it. Number 8. Air Jordan 10 OVO, $20,000. The Air Jordan 10 was initially created as a present for the rapper Drake and his team. It is a special edition Air Jordan and a rare one at that. It was intended to represent the relationship between the group and Jordan brand. On the other hand, a fan had the chance to purchase one at Drake Night, a Toronto Raptors event. The fans sold the sneakers right away, as anyone would, and they brought in $20,000 in the process. These all-black shoes are branded with the red Jumpman logo and the gold OVO owl. Number 7. Air Jordan 11 Blackout, $21,780. The Air Jordan 11 was the first sneaker to employ Nike's unique leather and carbon design another masterpiece from Tinker Hatfield. This pair is entirely made of leather and is dressy enough to be worn to both formal occasions and basketball games. It is one of the most sought after basketball sneakers available, which is perhaps why Nike has produced several throwback versions. In the cartoon movie Space Jam and during an NBA championship, MJ wore these shoes. A pair of the Blackout edition went for as much as $21,780. Demonstrating how popular they were makes one reconsider wearing them. Number 6. Air Jordan 1 Black and Gold, $25,000. This pair of Air Jordans was released in 2003 and is one of the uncommon leather-covered styles. The patent leather gives the sneakers a dazzling appearance that is accentuated by the metallic gold swoosh. No one had ever seen a pair of Air Jordans is with such an odd color scheme, thus they stood out from the rest. These sneakers originally retailed for $100. However, their great scarcity has caused their resale value to considerably rise, making them among one of the most expensive Jordan shoes ever sold. Number 5. Air Jordan 1 Autographed, $25,000. One of the most revered and sought after Air Jordans ever made is this pair of basketball shoes. The Chicago Bulls inspired color palette, which brings back memories of MJ's tenure, particularly wowed fans and sneakerheads. The endorsement, legacy, and general performance of the Air Jordan 1 have all greatly contributed to its standing as a virtually ageless shoe. 2 throwback releases of the sneakers have already been witnessed by fans, one in 2013 and the other in 2015. This pair is absolutely priceless, which is why its resale price increased to as much as $25,000. Number 4. Air Jordan 2 OG, $31,000. This pair of Air Jordans wasn't particularly well liked by fans or sneakerheads, but they were unexpectedly sold on eBay for a whopping $31,000. Designer Bruce Kilgore created it, and it was first made in Italy. 2 color schemes for the shoes were offered. Before 2004, the Jordan brand was unable to make the pair in vintage. The maker experimented with several hues for subsequent versions. Number 3. Air Jordan Silver Shoe Autographed, $60,000. The sneakers in question are not your typical Air Jordans. It is full of MJ's history and is considerably more valuable to die-hard collectors and admirers. As a priceless memento, the shoe that MJ's wife got him on his 32nd birthday. Only 10 of the sterling silver creations were made available, the majority of which are now in collectors' hands. Due to the prominently displayed autograph of Michael Jordan on these sneakers, they brought nearly $60,000 at auction. Number 2. Air Jordan 12 OVO, $100,000. These Air Jordans had a similar history to the Air Jordan OVO. However, unlike its forerunner, the Air Jordan 12 OVO was made available to the general public. It's basically a copy of rapper Drake's personal pair. It has stingray and tumbled leather and is mostly white. It has 2 top eyelets and a hint of gold on the side. The translucent sole of the shoe clearly displays the OVO logo. According to reports, the woman fan who received the pair that sold for $100,000 quickly listed it for sale. Talk about quick cash. And number 1, Air Jordan 12 Flu Game, $104,000. The Air Jordan 12 Flu Game, which is at the top of our list of the priciest Air Jordan shoes, has a fascinating past. In the 1997 NBA Finals, the Utah Jazz and Chicago Bulls were facing each other with this series even at 2-2. The Utah Jazz were winning their games and were on a roll. The fact that MJ had flu-like symptoms and couldn't play as well as he could just made the matters worse for the Bulls. Jordan, on the other hand, was able to guide his side to victory by scoring 15 points in the 4th quarter. The sneakers are essentially a luxury leather-covered black and red variant of the original design. Given that brand Jordan has issued 2 throwback versions, it is unquestionably the king of all Air Jordans. It makes sense why it went for $140,000. You are buying memories when you buy shoes like these, not just a product. There you have it, Lux Lifestylers, 10 of the most expensive Air Jordans ever sold. Would you pay to have a piece of history? We have to know. Tell us in the comments below. If you like this video, check out one of the other ones on screen. Till next time, Lux Lifestyle family, ciao.